I was a B-24 bomber pilot the last year of the war. And we were in the Brahmaputra sector, India. That's the upper right-hand corner of India. We flew all the way from the United States, right over my house, over the Canada, North Atlantic. You had to fly over, and why not give you your own plane? I mean, not let the plane that you're going to use there, instead of shipping it, you fly it. So we had a full crew of 10 men, 5 gunners, a navigator, a radio man, a pilot. No, it was a joy for me. Flying and everything. I literally enjoyed it all the time, even when things were uncomfortable. It's hard to understand, but that you are controlling it, and you are making it do whatever you want it to do. And a B-24 in that day probably wasn't as powerful as the planes anyone looking at this film, but it felt powerful and it felt great, and just the resiliency, response to your touch of the wheel. And to this day, when I fly in a plane, I look out the windows and I enjoy the ride. And if I have a choice between a railroad and a plane, I take a plane. Just because it feels physically good. It's childlike, but they say when you get to this age, you're in your second childhood. And when you're in business for yourself, the thing to do is to remember you. When I was still drawing the Phantom, I got a job from my good friend Marvin Stein in an advertising agency, which the conditions were that I had to do agency work. But if I didn't, I could do cartoon. And it just fed into one another. So when I had 2 jobs, life got even better. And so did my savings account. I always had a drawing board in my apartment, even when I moved in Brooklyn. Well, the first job was the one where I worked for NBC News New York, and in which there was one of their writers working for Gabe Pressman. You may have heard of him. And some others. And I would draw courtroom cases. Mayor Wagner or some others was having a divorce. They would tell me to go to the court and draw the scene that was presented. A 2-hour drawing. That's all I had to do. And then I had a guy waiting, and he would photograph it. When I first went, I didn't know that they were going to make a bus line from Fort Hamilton to my office in New York. But they literally did that later. But before that, I worked in the subway. And the subway in rush time in Manhattan to Manhattan is you're really facing elbows, elbows and so forth. There's no room for sitting. If you get a seat, you consider yourself very fortunate. And but I got on the first stop from the Fort Hamilton, which was the end of the line. So when I came home at the end of the day, I would get off at my apartment. And when I got on in the morning, I would get on one block down. So I would be sure of a seat, which was the start of the bus service, and I would do my drawings of the Phantom and the other thing. And it worked out excellent. I laid them out primarily because the subway was the beginning of the stop. And then when I was at work in the agency, for example, if they didn't have a job for me, I would just start doing the strip. And if they did have a job, I taught myself to draw very rapidly. So I would do it very fast as I could. And or if it was a storyboard, which is usual in agencies, I would lay as many of them out as I could. And then when I got finished, if I still had more work to do, I would just pick them up, put them in my case, which I used to rest to draw on, and I go home and finish them up at night, because it was an absolute deadline. A newspaper does not change its schedule for God. And so therefore I knew that. And you have no excuse for something you know. So my bosses knew that too. I always met my deadlines, and it was, I thought it was fun. It's like flying an airplane. It's fun. It's not work. It's fun.
Thank you.